Hey everyone, it's your neighborhood Novavax hater, aka Nick from Us vs. Herd. 7 days ago, about a week ago, I made a video that, a lot of people didn't like regarding Novavax, and this was before that whole pre-FDA thing. And honestly, I didn't really care about the whole FDA thing, okay? I was looking at price. I'm a price action trader, and at the end of the day, price is king. And let me just kind of show you how bad some of this stuff got here, right? So kind of going through the comments for this video, the video title was, is Novavax stock a buy? And the consensus was no, because it's just breaking down, which I'm gonna go over the charts here again shortly. But let me just show you some of these comments here. So it says COVID and flu combo to come. I will take the combo, please. Quality takes time. I will hold until NVAX reaches 250 and beyond. Okay, this guy here, you don't have insightful analysis of its fundamentals. Just look at the stock. Just looking at its stock chart is helpful. Looking at the stock chart is helpful. Okay. Is it helpful? Did he mean just looking at the stock chart is not helpful? I don't know. Okay. Going ahead. This guy here said, I did 3 videos about fundamentals. I'm holding since almost 2 years ago. So this guy paid $200 to $300 a share. Just crazy. Just crazy. Let's see here. This guy says, Kevin over here, clown analysis plus 10% tomorrow to open. We'll find out in a couple more days, but it doesn't look like much DD is done on this report except for just looking at graphs. Now, let me tell you something. If you don't think price is important, then you shouldn't be trading. You should not be investing. Price is always going to stay true. Stocks are going to fluctuate up or down, up or down. It's price is where it is. It doesn't matter what you could have the best company in the world like Apple right now, stock is going down. Amazon, one of the best companies in the world right now, stock is going down, okay? Now, Novavax, it's down almost 90% from its all-time highs, okay? We're going to go over the charts here in a second. I'm going to reevaluate here so that way everyone can understand what's going on here. This was never about the FDA approval. This is about the stock price, and fundamentals. And some people are like, hey, the manipulation, don't blame manipulation or anything like that for losing. If you're losing, you got to look yourself right in the mirror. Look yourself in the mirror and say, I'm losing on this trade. What are you going to do about it? You're going to hold? You're going to hold the zero? You're going to hold? I guess you're already down 80%. So, might as well just, I don't care about the last 20%. This guy's going, the way you analyze NVAX is very inadequate. I caution anyone who watches this type of analysis, you may be right that the stock could tank more, but also could skyrocket. The next catalyst is FDA approval or rejection next week. You don't even mention it. NVAX expects to earn at least $4 billion this year. You don't even comment on if that's possible. If possible, even with PS of 1, NVAX should be worth $4 billion in market cap. You can disagree with these numbers, but dig deeper in your analysis. Okay? And then this person here says you're weak. It's just crazy. It's just crazy to me. We're going to go over the stock in a second, but it's just crazy to me, once you are blindfolded, you can't see clearly. You're saying fundamentals and all this stuff, yet your share price right now is at $39, right? Sure, we had a little bit of a spike in the after hours, but this was like the lowest volume spike. Look how much volume is here. Like almost no volume was traded in the after hours when the FDA news came out. And then FDA news came out after that, and they're like, hey, hold up on this whole Novavax thing, right? Just hold up. So if you're trading off fundamentals, you're going to get screwed up. And that's why you're underwater. You're underwater right now. And it's not my fault. I'm just trying to show you how to trade, okay? This is how to trade. This is when you look at the chart tells you a story. Price tells you a story. Why do you think when you see insiders buying or selling and you see prints that's focusing on price. They're focusing on price, sure, maybe they know news ahead, but if you're trading solely off news, solely off fundamentals, you're not going to be successful in the long run, I mean, you're just not. I mean, most people here, I mean, they've been holding for 2-3 years. And if you look at the chart here, I mean, in the last 2 years, I mean, it's been a little bit of rocky, and it's been straight down over the past 8 months, straight down, 6 months. I mean, it's just crazy to me, the amount of people that, like, once they get an idea in their head, they're like, oh yeah, it's got to go back up. Just because the stock goes down to 39 doesn't mean it's going to go back up to 300. It's just not. It has to break key levels. You have to focus on price. And if you look here, I mean, the purple line right here is the 200-day moving average. The 200-day moving average is at 126. It's not even anywhere close. So if you want to be bullish, if you want to get the algos bullish on your side, you got to cross over the 200-day moving average. It's so bad, it's not even over the 10-day moving average. And when it does, it gets smacked down. 10-day moving average right here is the blue line. Yellow line right here is the 50-day moving average, and the white line is the 100-day moving average. It's below all 100-day moving averages. It's getting decimated. And if you're holding and hoping, I mean, hope is not a strategy here. And I'm going to show you some examples here. We're going to go back in time on how the stock has reacted. Let's go back over the last, as far as I can go. Okay, so if you're just looking at this, I mean, Novavax has a long history of being a penny stock, which it is going back down to. It is going back down to being a penny stock. If you're still blinded by that, if you're still holding on to hope, I mean, I'm sorry to crush it, but this is what's going to happen. The goal in investing is to buy low and sell high. You don't buy at 300 and hold till 39. You don't. That's a losing investor. That's a losing trader. This is not going to happen. Even 200, the more you average down, the more money you keep throwing at it. How many times are you going to average down until you just throw the towel in, right? I mean, so let's go back. Right now it's at 39. We're below all moving averages. No sign of life here. Even with news, this thing got completely sold off. And it wasn't like it had a couple up days. It got sold off immediately. It got sold off in the after hours. I mean, tap 59, came down to 51, currently trading at 39. I mean, there's no hope for this. There's no hope for this. Now let's go back to see how it's kind of reacted. So this was back in, what year was this? 2019, it was $3.54. Then the global catastrophe hit, and then all the vaccine stocks are pumping, and then they all died, right? And because it's not a serious thing. If you're still counting on vaccines, it's not, the government's not pushing it, people are not pushing it, people don't really care. Right now they're getting sick, and they just get sick, and it's over with, and everything's gonna be okay. Sure, there was a lot of fear into pumping these stocks up, which caused a lot of the hype. But I mean, it's just not going to happen. We have a totally different world atmosphere right now. They're not pushing vaccines. They're just not. They're not pushing it. What happens? And look what happens when they're not pushing vaccines. This stock was $3. It had to do a reverse split back here. It got so bad. I mean, this thing. I mean, this is horrible. I mean, this thing was on the verge of being delisted if the pandemic didn't hit. The pandemic didn't hit, this thing probably would have been delisted. But let's kind of go back, see how this has happened in the past. Same exact scenario here, right? This is 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015. What price was it right here? Okay, it was like $24. $24, right now it's at $39. Maybe you might want to take a chance at $25, $24. Right? But again, it stayed this price for a very long time. Sure, you had some fluctuations between 25 and 30, 25 and 50, and sure, that's 100% gain. But if you bought high and you're trying to get 100% gain from 25 to 50, I mean, you're in trouble. But let's look at what happened here. So this thing consolidated, ripped up to 300. Kind of sounds familiar, right? Ripped up to 300, and what happens? Kaboom, penny stock. And now we're at present day. Let's go back again if you don't believe me. Each single stock has its own personality. Now, I'm not saying it can't go back up to 300 eventually, but it's going to make penny stock status first. That's what it is. I mean, if you want to hold 20 years in this, then go ahead. It may get up there. It may never, ever get back up to 300, right? Same situation here. sold off from 100, 160, came all the way down, sub 10, skyrocketed, came back down to 39. Same situation. So if you're looking at, this stock has a long, long history where this is like the year 2000. This was 2002 to 2004. And sure, it goes back up, but how long are you gonna wait? You're gonna wait your whole life? To be right on one stock? There's a lot of other stocks to trade right now. There's a lot of other stocks to trade. This is not one of them that you want to get aggressive with. This is not one that you want to defend to the moon and say it's going to do this and not. And, I got so much hate in my inbox when people saw it at 59, like, oh yeah, it was, you gave terrible advice. You know what? If you traded options, you were never able even to cash out. If you traded options on this because it was close, if you had shares, you could have probably sold, right? But if you're trading options, this pretty much opened up flat. It closed at 47 this day, opened at 52 and immediately flushed. If you didn't get out right away, you were totally hosed. Totally hosed. So I make these videos to inform the public about how trading and investing works. And if you're, blinded by the fundamentals and you can't see what's right in front of you, simplify the process. You're going to start making money. So got that off my chest. You guys have a great day. As always, stay safe, stay green. It's us versus herd.